For the latest on this story, let's cross live now to Newzroom Afrika's Ziniko Mhlaba. Ziniko, what can you tell us? What's the latest?
Well, Bravio, the numbers are still sitting at 51 in regards to the number of bodies, and in terms of those miners who were successfully retrieved alive was sitting at 65. But what is a bit different now is the time, and of course it's pitch black now where we are at shaft number 11. But I can confirm that the work continues there. That crane is still rolling and of course trying to retrieve some more some more illegal miners underground. So it is currently underground. So in the next 30 minutes, Bravo, you'll get a sense of whether it's coming up with the bodies or it's coming up with those who are still alive. But let's get a sense, Bravo, of how things are done now, looking at the time of the night, but also how are the working conditions? Have they been affected by the darkness, or there are some plans which have been put in place to ensure that as much as it is dark, the work continues. We are expecting that maybe for today the operations will be concluded at 10 p.m. So we still have about 1 hour and about 50 minutes before the end of this particular day as far as the operations are concerned. I'm joined now by Mr. Bongani from Makwa Jonas. He has been on site for the rest of the day, and of course he has more insights in terms of how the situation has been under these conditions I just described. Mr. Jonas, give us a sense of how things are done now. It's dark. Are the operations still done, or are they still effective as they've been throughout the day in terms of the working hours, the machinery, but also the pulling up of that crane from underground?
I think the rescue mission now, I think we have seen it's advancing. And also, we also need to take note that we appreciate the number of the people that they have managed to resurface. And honestly, if today they managed to resurface so far, managed to resurface almost 105 people, 65 dead and 51 dead and 65 alive. That shows that this really is going somewhere. But what my concern is, one, to say that we have an issue of where now they are going to be storing the bodies. Remember, once the process has been done, we don't know what happens with the bodies. Our concern, that's why you see us now on site, because of we want to ensure where are these bodies going to be kept for the whole night. Remember, there's an issue that mortuaries around here are full. So our concern is where are they actually going to take these bodies. As communities now, hence you can see many community leaders, we still have a concern of the bodies that have been taken out.
Okay, just to clarify, are you saying we still have more bodies that are still on site which have not been taken to various places? And it seems as if you are saying there is no plan, there's no clarity at least in terms of what is going to be happening with these bodies that are still on site overnight. Am I getting you correctly put?
Yes. It's clear intentions that there was no plan actually on board, maybe to allocate the bodies. But now we can see that since from the whole day we've been on site, bodies, they were trying to move bodies, but now we have a pile of bodies that are still stuck here, and we don't know what's the plan thereof. So that's why we have a concern, and we wish that it can be speedily fast-tracked, because of that's human dignity that's been abandoned in the wilderness. And the fear now during this time of the night, there might be wild animals that are around here. So my concern is, how are they going to manage the situation? And we are saying as communities, we are not going to move until we are certain of what is going to happen with these bodies.
Yeah. So in terms of the officers who are responsible for driving these forensic vehicles, have you had any engagements with them, whether they've got limited time or they need to be done, at least for the day, at a certain time, or they'll try to keep on transporting these bodies as much as they can? Have you had any unofficial conversation with them in terms of their working hours?
Unfortunately, some of them have indicated that they have knocked off, and also the issue that they are not even sure where they are going to be taking the bodies. So we do not want to exert more pressure on the situation because of what we had all called for as humanitarian support and all communities. It's for the bodies to be retrieved, and the process is running very smooth, and we appreciate that. But we have a concern. A concern will always arise because of what is going to happen with the bodies. Look at how dark it is now in the wilderness. This is still a wilderness. Remember, there's no fencing around the site.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in terms of the overall operations for today, are you certain that by 10 o'clock everything will be halted until tomorrow? And if that is the case, what time are we resuming tomorrow?
Remember, up until 10 o'clock today, then we would resume again tomorrow at 6:30. Remember, our aim is to ensure that in the next 10 days or so, we might have managed to ensure that we have resurfaced as many bodies and people are alive.
Very lastly, my brother, there is a talk that tomorrow we might see a 24-hour operation. Is that conversation still being entertained? Is it confirmed, or you still need to engage with law enforcement authorities as far as that is concerned?
Remember, it will be on the flexibility of the mine rescue team and the determination of people who are around there who are willing to support. But the community is ready to go 24 hours, and I think even the law enforcement agents, they are willing to go for 24 hours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jonas, for your time, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much there. Bravo, you that Bongani Jonas from Aqua there, just giving us a sense of what is really happening behind us. It is pitch black, and of course that concern which will need to be really raised or probed with the health authorities as far as what will happen then if what he's alleging is indeed true. He's saying that there's a pile of bodies with no clarity in terms of what will be happening to them overnight, and indeed I can confirm that we are in the open wilderness here. There is no fencing. We are only depending now on law enforcement agents, even for our own safety, but we are very much comfortable. We are safe. We are being well taken care of. The worry is what happens there as far as those bodies which have been released, and the crane is currently rolling. So we can expect more bodies to be retrieved, or definitely we might have individuals who have survived who might be coming on that last group, or at least second last group, at least for tonight. So that's where things stand, Bravo.